Okay, not great news about this guy. He stands at D+. This guy flashes some red flags that you really need to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not likely to go very far in his career, no matter how loudly he talks about his plans. While he might insist that he knows the best way to do things and even talk about big dreams, he doesn't actually put in the hard work or creative effort needed for real progress. Be careful not to mistake his confident talk for true ambition or drive.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to lose his cool than to calmly bounce back. He tends to react with anger or frustration, maybe yelling, blaming others, or getting into arguments rather than finding solutions or learning from mistakes. He struggles to adapt when things don't go as planned and doesn't handle pressure well.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work often find him difficult to get along with, even if he tries to be polite on the surface. He has a strong need to be in control and pushes his own way, which leads to arguments and tension with others. His lack of genuine care for others makes it hard for people to truly respect or trust him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he is likely to feel threatened and insecure instead of celebrating your success. He might even react by making sharp comments, trying to bring you down, or acting out angrily because he sees your achievements as a challenge to his own sense of importance. This could lead to more arguments and stress at home.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you start earning more than him, he will likely feel both insecure and resentful. Instead of feeling happy for you, he may see your success as a threat to his position and pride. It's not about you, it's his own struggle with self worth.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite cautious with money and prefers things to be orderly and planned. He's not the type to make sudden big purchases or waste money on things he doesn't need. You may feel safe financially, but sometimes it could feel restrictive or like you have to justify each expense.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He generally lives within his means and prefers not to pretend or show off. He likes to stick to a routine and keeps track of his expenses, so you won't find him pretending to be richer than he really is. However, this practical approach might sometimes feel a bit too strict or lacking in fun and spontaneity.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He tends to be quite tight both with money and with his general attitude. He isn't the type who will generously offer help, gifts, or support just because someone is in need. Instead, he often holds back, expecting things to be done a certain way before he gives anything.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be controlling than open when it comes to money. While he might share the basics, he often wants to make all the decisions himself and expects you to follow his rules without question. He keeps a close watch on spending and may become upset if things aren't done his way.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework is mainly your responsibility. He may insist that things should be done a certain way and expect you to follow his standards without stepping in to help much himself. It's important to know that he won't easily share the load at home, which can be exhausting over time.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is the kind of person who is more likely to stand on the side and tell you how things should be done. Rather than actually rolling up his sleeves and helping with chores or diapers, he might watch over your shoulder, point out mistakes, or set strict rules. But real hands on support will be rare. You may end up feeling like you're working alone, with him only stepping in to check or correct, not to truly help.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He tends to argue just to prove he's right, rather than honestly trying to understand your side. When a disagreement comes up, he's quick to defend himself and push his point, often raising his voice or shutting down your opinion. Patience and genuine listening are not his strengths, so you might feel like your feelings and ideas don't matter much to him.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he gets angry, he often lets his emotions take over and doesn't hold back. He may say hurtful things, raise his voice, or act in an aggressive way, sometimes slamming doors or making sharp, cutting remarks that sting. This can make your home feel tense and unpredictable.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly and his temper can flare up over small things. This isn't something to take lightly or hope will simply go away. You deserve to feel safe, respected, and at peace in your own home.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He usually finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility for his actions. Instead, when things go wrong, he will likely blame you or someone else, dodging any fault of his own. This can make you feel guilty and confused even when you've done nothing wrong.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not likely to respect your boundaries very well and may push or argue when you say no. He can find it hard to accept limits, especially if they go against what he wants or feels should happen. Instead of listening and stepping back, he might try to convince you, get upset, or ignore your wishes, making you feel pressured or uncomfortable. You deserve to have your no respected without fear or argument.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding your feelings or giving you space, he might get upset, sulk, or even make you feel guilty for saying no. A caring partner respects your comfort always.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, there's a real risk that he may not treat your private moments with the care and respect you deserve. If you ever argue or fall out, he could bring up intimate details to make you feel guilty, embarrassed, or to win an argument. This lack of sensitivity can leave you feeling exposed and unsafe.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally not distracted by other women as he tends to stick firmly to his routines and values control. His attention isn't easily pulled away by someone new, and he isn't the type to go chasing excitement outside the relationship. Faithfulness matters, but so does feeling loved and respected.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he can be quite over possessive, often acting jealous and controlling. He may want to know where you are, who you talk to, or what you're doing, and can get upset if things aren't exactly as he expects. His need for control can feel suffocating, leaving you with little space to breathe or make choices freely.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what might be called protective is actually more about being controlling. He may say he's looking out for you or wants what's best, but really he wants to make the decisions and set the rules for everything. You might feel like you're being watched rather than cared for.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the parenting work rather than seeing it as a true team effort. He may set rules and offer advice from a distance, but rarely steps in for hands on care or support. Over time, this can leave you feeling alone and overwhelmed, wishing for someone who shares both the duties and the joys of raising children with you.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can set him off quickly, causing him to raise his voice, scold harshly, or act out in anger. Instead of comforting or guiding the children through their troubles, he may focus on what went wrong and make them feel even worse.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support you as both a mother and as your own person. He tends to expect you to focus mainly on home and family, following his rules and standards closely. Over time, you may end up feeling trapped, with little room to be yourself or to dream for more.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may seem supportive of your career at first, but might later pressure you to quit once you have a child. He believes strongly in traditional roles and having things done his way. So, after you become a mother, he may insist your main focus should be the home and family. What starts off as understanding could turn into demands for you to stop working, even if your career matters to you.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth and genuine affection will be missing. While he may follow the expected social customs, greeting them, saying the right things, and keeping things orderly, there won't be much true connection or deep care shown. Underneath the politeness, he can be distant and formal, doing what's required but not going out of his way to build a meaningful bond. He will expect your family to adjust to him, not the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handling it calmly. When things don't go his way, he can lose his temper quickly and react harshly, either by arguing, making sharp comments, or demanding that people follow his rules. Instead of calming things down or helping find a peaceful solution, his reaction often adds more tension to the situation.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might act modern with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He may let you wear what you want or make your own choices when it's just the two of you, but once family comes over or you visit his home, he'll likely want you to behave, dress, and speak according to their old fashioned rules. You may be asked to cook, serve, or stay quiet, even if it doesn't feel like you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them rather than supporting you. He avoids rocking the boat with his own people and prefers to keep things according to their standards. This means you might feel alone during disagreements or feel like your feelings don't matter as much as keeping his family happy.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and opinions above yours when there's a conflict. In disagreements between you and his mother, he will almost always lean towards her side, either to keep peace or because he truly believes her way is better. Remember, in a healthy marriage, both voices matter and support should go both ways.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is quite likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He may run to them for advice, support, or approval instead of working things out just between the two of you. It also means your relationship might never feel truly private or safe.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy stands at D. Plus. Some of these red flags can really become a big deal. You've got to be very careful here. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, can feel exhausting and lonely, even if things look normal from the outside. You may constantly feel watched, criticized, or pressured to meet his high standards with little space for your own opinions or comfort.